Hello, good afternoon everyone. My name is Sinta Budiyanti. You can call me Miss Sinta. I will be your teacher for today, so please pay attention for me and let's start our class. Before we start our class, let's pray together, shall we? Finish. For the attendances, I'll send you the link from Google Form in the description box below. So, the material for today is Analytical Exposition. But for my class, I will focus in the listening skills, how to improve my students in the listening skills using Analytical Exposition text. But before we start our listening session, let me tell you the learning objective and the schedule for today first. The schedule is, the first is opening, the second is ice-breaking, the ice-breaking is a game, the third is a little discussion about what is analytical exposition text, and the third is the main activities. This is listening session, the using analytical exposition text. I divided into two parts for our listening session. But in the last part, the second part, I will give you as our assignment for today. And then the fourth is conclusion. The last is closing. The learning objective. Okay, the first is students are be able to get so many information from analytical exposition text just by listening. The second is students are be able to apply for hearing analytical exposition text in such a daily life. Since it's in the middle of the time, I'm sure that most of you are tired and hungry, right? So I will give the game as the ice-breaking or warming up for you to focus on my class before we start our listening session. So, the game is very easy for you. The name of game is guessing the word. Do you know what kind of this game? So I give you a clue, some clue, specifically two pictures for you as the clue. Then you need to guessing the word based on the clue that I've shown you. Okay? So let's start our game. I will give you the example first. You can see in this picture there are picture of the cup of tea in here, and then there are pictures of a cake in here. Can you guess the word based on these pictures that I've shown you? Okay, good. The word is cupcake. Cup from a cup of tea and cake from a birthday cake that I've shown you in here. The second game here, I want you to answer it. So please guess the word based on the clue that I've shown you. Then answer it in the comment below. Okay? Let's start to the second game. There are emoji of a corn, right? This is a corn, and then a dog. So please guess the word based on these two pictures. Okay, next. Next is there are cow. This is animal cow, right? And then this is the emoji of a man, a boy, or something else. You can guess what kind of a word based on these two pictures and answer it in the comment below. Finish? Okay. The next is there are burger, and the emoji of the emoji of a human with the man with the crown or something like this. Something else. You can get two pictures. Okay, since this is the end of the game, so okay, let's start to the next session. Before we start our listening session, I want you to know first what is analytical exposition. So the first we need to know is definition. The definition. Analytical exposition text is a text that elaborates the writer's idea or opinion about the phenomenon surrounding. The phenomenon, it can be a place, a thing, animal, food, drink, etc. The social function is analytical exposition text to analyze a topic that the thesis or opinion is correct by developing an argument to support it. So analytical exposition text is when you have an argument, then you need to prove it with your argument that it can be support your idea or your opinion. I'll give you the example. Music. Okay. Do you like sing a song? Do you like music? I'm sure that most of you are a teenager in this day, like music very much, right? Maybe most of you have Spotify or Joox in your application in your mobile phone, right? That should be me holding your hands. That should be me in making you laugh. That should be me. This is so sad. It's music, right? I think the topic that I will give as an example of analytical exposition text is music. Okay, so music. The importance of music is, I personally think music to reduce my stress. It can express my own feeling in the deepest of my heart. So that argument, it can be as an analytical exposition text. When you want to produce analytical exposition text perfectly, you need to follow the structures. So we need to know the structure. What is the structure from analytical exposition text? There are thesis, argument, and reiteration. When you want to make analytical exposition text, this isn't just only an argument, but you need to make it based on the structures from analytical exposition text. But since our class is listening sessions, I want to improve your listening skills, so we don't need to learn deeply about structures, language features, to how to produce analytical expositions. We just focus on how we can listen, how we can get the information from analytical exposition text just by listening it, okay? So, let's start our listening session. Okay, so for the listening session, I divided into two parts. The first part, it will be played in here in this session, and the last part, I will give it as an assignment for you. You can open it in your Google Classroom. I will send the link in the last session. Okay. So before we start our listening session, I want all of you prepare one paper and a pen as a worksheet. So for the answer, you need to fill out in your paper, okay? Then after you fill out completely the paper or the worksheet that you already prepared in this session, take a picture from that paper and send it in Google Classroom. Okay? So I'll give you in some minutes to prepare it first. Listening session. In this session of the test, you will have the chance to show how well you understand spoken in English. There are two parts to these sessions with special directions for each part. Part 1. Direction. In this part of the test, you will hear monologue spoken in English. The monologue will be spoken twice, so you must listen carefully to what the speaker is saying. After you heard the monologue, fill out the blank with the correct answer that you have heard in the session.
The importance of reading. I personally think that reading is an important activity in our life. Why do I say so? Firstly, by reading we can get a lot of information about many things in the world such as science, technology, sports, arts and culture. Secondly, by reading we can get a lot of news and knowledge about something happening in any part of the world which we can see directly. Thirdly, reading can give us pleasure. When we are tired, we can read books, newspapers or magazines on the entertainment column such as short stories, comedies or quizzes to make us relax. Fourthly, reading can also take us to other parts of the world. By reading a book about Irian Jaya we may feel that we're really sitting in the jungles, not at home in our rooms. Based on the facts above, it is obvious that everyone needs to read books, newspapers, magazines or others to get knowledge, news, information and also entertainment. In other words, we can say reading is truly important in our life.
Okay. Do you want the second chance, class? Okay. This is the last chance for you. I will read the text, so you must listen carefully. The importance of reading. The importance of reading. I personally think that reading is an important activity in our life. Why do I say so? Firstly, by reading, we can get a lot of information about so many things in the world such as science, technology, sports, arts, and culture. Secondly, by reading, we can get a lot of news and knowledge about something happening in any parts of the world which we can see directly. Thirdly, reading can give us pleasure. When we are tired, we can read books, newspapers, or magazines on the entertainment column such as short stories, comedies, or quizzes to make us relax. Fourthly, reading can also take us to the other parts of the world. By reading a book about Irian Jaya, we may feel that we're really sitting in the jungles, not at home in our rooms. Based on the facts above, it is obvious that everyone needs to read books, newspapers, magazines, or other to get knowledge, news, information, and also entertainment. In other words, we can say reading is truly important in our life. This is the end of the listening sessions. Okay, after you already make it work for our listening session for today, so what do you think about the conclusion for our class for today? Do you have any idea about what is analytical exposition text just by listening? So class, the conclusions, I think, in my opinion, this is depend on your result. If you are still feel difficult in this text, so we will make another listening session in the next meeting, okay? That's all of my class. If you have any question, just comment below. And don't forget to take a picture and send the paper that you already fill it with your answer to send it in our Google Classroom. And don't forget, there are assignment that is containing of part 2 in our listening session. You must submit it too. And don't forget to fill out the Google form as your attendances for today. Okay? Thanks for all your participation. Have a nice day. See you.